What's going on, guys? Chili Sports Cards. Today I'm going to be opening up this 1989 Bowman. It's a baseball exchange sealed box from a sealed case. I'm going to be sending out a tag order very soon. I'm kind of getting some cards together and figuring out what I want to send. And I had this box, and I really would like to pull a really mint Griffey Jr. rookie out of this box so I can send it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open it up and see if I can pull one. Hope everybody's having a good day today. It looks like the Patriots are smashing on the Texans. Bo Nix is out. I guess he broke his ankle. He didn't look like he was limping that bad, so I wonder if there's a way that they can tape him up and just let him try to play on a broken ankle. I think that he might try to do it. It's too early to tell, so we'll see. But the Seahawks destroyed the Niners, so that was pretty cool. I don't remember getting one of these before. Bowman. It's pretty cool, I guess. Whatever. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be sending out a tag order. And I really like to get a really nice Griffey out of here to send. If I can get like a 9.5 or a 10 tag on one of these Bowman Griffey rookie cards, it'd be a low pop. And I don't know if it'd be comparable with PSA prices, but I think the PSA 10 Bowmans are selling for about 400, maybe 500, maybe even a little higher. I'm not sure because I know the Donruss is about 600 or 700. So I think that the Bowman's a tougher grade. It's a bigger card and the borders are larger, so the centering is a little bit tougher. And then also in these wax packs with the gum, I mean, it's just a tough 10 to get, you know. I don't even know if there's much of a chance for it, to be honest, but I'm gonna try it out. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. I should hopefully get at least one Griffey. If I get more than that, that would be nice. But I'm not expecting it. I gotta figure out what to do with all these wrappers. Let's see. I'll do that. Okay. Wish me luck, guys. So that's a gum stain. So if a Griffey is on the back like that, it's over. Let's do that. The names are in cursive on the front. I don't know everybody, so it's going to be real hard to name names. I'm trying to think of who's this guy. Is it Gil Hodges? I don't even know. Doesn't say. Hey, that's a double card in the same pack. There's a Maddox. Yeah, I'm not gonna know all these guys or attempt to say all their names. I will know the notable players, some of the more popular players, bigger names. I want to say that this is probably like overall the maybe like 8th, 9th, 10th box of this stuff that I've opened. I think the best that I've done, that's a Jackie Robinson. Hey, look at that. Griffey and Jackie back to back. Man, it looks pretty good. Okay, I'm just trying to be real careful. Nice. Right off the bat, I got a Griffey. Alright. So left to right's a little off, I can tell. The top to bottom doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's there. It's there. It's a nice one. Do I think I could get a 9.5? Do I think? Not sure. I'm gonna send it though. I'm gonna send this card. It looks pretty decent to me, man. It looks pretty good. This is the second pack and I already pulled a Griffey. What's going on? And so like the top of the card sticks out because they're so tall out of the standard penny sleeve. So I'm just going to kind of put it in this very gently. Kind of squeeze it with your fingers. Kind of just gently push it in. That should be good enough. Man, that's a good one, man. I mean, the corners look pretty good. Everything looks pretty good on it. I'm going to guess it's going to get it anywhere from 8.5 to 9.5. I don't know where it's going to land. I don't know. But I'm going to send it, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Fred McGriff. Man, I can't believe I pulled a Griffey that quick. That's just crazy. Look at all these packs I still got left. What the heck? This is a large set, too. I think there's like... I don't even know how many cards are in this set. I know that there isn't a Randy. There's no Randy in this set, as far as I know. Richie Ashburn. I keep on hitting my stand that the phone's on. Andre Dawson. Edgar Martinez. That's a Jim Abbott rookie. The guy with one hand. And it's sticking. It's sticking. Yeah, that's a Jim Abbott rookie. It's probably one of the better ones to get out of the box. There also is a Griffey father-son. Oh, look at this. This is all messed up. Satchel Paige, that one's all messed up too. A couple Blue Jays. I've seen that card already a couple times, I think. Cal Daniels. Who's this guy? Yeah, Cal Daniels. Who's this dude? I don't know. Hey, look, there's that Griffey father-son. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if people consider that to be anything, but it's a Ken Griffey card is what it is. It's just got his son on it. I feel like that's kind of like an underrated card. Alright, let's see. That's destroyed. Do that. Willie Randolph. Oh, Mickey Mantle. Oh, man. Yeah, 1989 Mickey Mantle's not the one. It's got to be a 50s or 60s Mantle. But I guess it is pretty cool. It's a good card. It's a good picture. I think it's a pretty sweet card. And one makes you think, you know, like, I don't know, pretend it's like the year like 2200 or something like that, you know? And you got a really clean Mantle like that. I think that the 50s and 60s cards are still going to be hecka crazy. But I think some of these might go up in value a little bit over time. Because they're not going to really care too much about the years. It's just going to be ancient at that point anyways. At some point. Like a 1989 in the year 2022. It's all going to be ancient stuff, you know. It's just that those 50s and 60s, there's just going to be so much less of them. But I don't know, at the same time, nobody might even care at all about Mickey Mantle anymore. You see it right now less and less with the people who care about, you know, guys like Ted Williams. So, who knows? There's a Bonds. Who knows how it's going to go? The best thing to do might just be to keep this stuff sealed up in boxes, you know? And that might be the way to go. Because in 200-300 years, you know, I don't know if anybody's going to care about any of these players that much, but if you got a $300 or 300-year-old box, sealed box of baseball cards, that might be like one of 20 in existence or something like that, you know, and it might be more rare and worth more just to keep a box sealed. I don't know, who knows. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of the same cards. Is that Canseco? No, he's too dark. Who's that guy? Dave Parker. I should know that. Hershiser. I should know who Dave Parker is by sight. Come on, Chili. What's the matter with you, man? Come on, Chili. Got a lot of packs to go still. I'm glad I pulled the Griffey, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, if that's the only one I get, I'm kind of a little sad I pulled it so fast. Like, build it up a little bit. Give me some drama, you know? Because now, I mean, the pressure's off. And that's kind of nice, but most of the time you only get one, you know? You get 0, 1, or maybe 2. And I'm just not that confident that I'm going to get a second. So, we'll just see. There's Mitch Williams. That's Palmeiro. Like, I'm going to know some of these guys, but just not everybody. Tim Raines. Like this guy. Who's this guy? I think it says Darrell Evans. Yeah. Molitor. Jim Rice. Brooks Jacoby. Or just Brooke. And I can't even sing I want my Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card songs because I've already got one. I'd have to add it like another. I want another Ken Griffey Jr. Sound like I'm being greedy. Mark Langston, is that who that is? Yep. Who's this guy? I don't know. Don't know. Last time I pulled that Jackie, it was right next to the Griffey. Is that? See, you look at that with the mustache and the Yankee. You think it's Don Mattingly, but it's not. George Bell, Brett Butler, Terry Steinbach. How do you say that name? Steinbach? That's how I always heard it said. Terry Steinbach. Harold Baines, Hall of Famer, Harold Baines. See, when I think of like 90s Harold Baines, the guy that I saw, I mean, he was pretty good. He wasn't bad, but I just don't think of Hall of Famers. So, you know, maybe Harold Baines had a really nice 80s that I don't know about, you know. Let's see. This is just for 1 year. 13 home runs. 166 hits. It's hard to judge a player on 1 year. But this is just my opinion. Harold Baines. There's a Ricky. That looks really nice. Looks centered. corner looks a little funny on the top left. Yeah, it's a pretty bad corner. The corner's not perfect. That's a nice rookie though. It's centered nice. It looks good. The print looks good. Centering and print for me are the two most one important and least important. The print to me is the most important, and the centering in a lot of cases is the least important, because if you're looking at the picture of the player, to me that's what matters. Like, there's a lot of cards that have terrible pictures of players, and I just can't stand the card. Like, to me the picture matters and the print matters. And the centering, it can be off top to bottom and still look really good, like, you know, and it's still off centered. The left to right centering is what kills it for me, for whatever reason. But a lot of times the top to the bottom, I just don't pay as much attention to it. Like, it doesn't bother me as much when it's off like that. And but the graders and the grading and the numbers, it'll still matter. But, you know, to me it just doesn't, you know. A Mickey Mantle. So Denver took out Josh Allen, and their quarterback's all messed up. So they're going to probably end up playing the Patriots. I think it's going to be the Patriots-Seahawks, which in a lot of ways have been the best two teams on each side. I just didn't think the Patriots were as good as I thought, because their schedule was so weak. Like, and they beat up a lot of lesser, gooder teams, I guess. I don't know how you would say that, but teams that weren't as, you know, I don't know. But they did win the division. They beat the Bills in the division, so that means something. They lost to the Bills, I think twice. And so, you know, somebody else took out the Bills. It wasn't the Patriots. In the playoffs, I kind of feel like we got screwed as fans on that one. Like, I would have liked to see the Patriots have to beat the Bills to go to the Super Bowl, you know. I don't know that they would have, but I feel like that should have been something that happened. Dave Winfield, that print, it's ugly. Shannon Dunston, right? Yeah, I don't know how to say his first name. All right, so we're getting through these packs. What are we, 18 minutes in? Got one Griffey. I'm really happy about that. I really, really am that I got the one Griffey out of the way. Tino Martinez, that's a rookie too. It's just a rookie that doesn't get brought up a lot. Dale Murphy. He's a Hall of Famer now. I'm pretty sure. I think Dale Murphy got in. I don't know. I have to look it up. I need to move my Alexa out here, so that way I can ask her questions while I'm making videos. Questions like that. Be like, Alexa, hey, there's a Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan. Willie Mays. Paul O'Neill. Eric Davis. I didn't pull that Nolan Ryan out because it just didn't even look very centered. So I'll just keep it in the regular card pile. Tony Gwynn Gum Stain card. Very nice. Very nice. Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn, Gumstain. I'm glad it wasn't a Griffey. Yogi Berra. Alright, let's do this. Let's do that. Is that Rex Hudler? Who's the guy? Tim Laudner. Barry Larkin, Hall of Famer. Who's this guy? Greg Gagne. Is there a relationship between Greg Gagne and Eric Gagne? I don't know. I'd say it's possible. I just don't know. Messed up. No Griffies. Is this a checklist Griffey? Cal Ripken Sr. Andre Dawson. I think the Griffey's like a 232, something like that. Let's see what it is. It's like a 2 something. 220. Let's put that right there. Yeah, the centering on this set is just so tough. Like, these borders are super chunky. Look at this. Look how off that is top to bottom. John Smoltz. I'll put that off to the side. I feel like Maddox and Glavine completely overshadow Smoltz. Like, and what's weird about it is if you ask a lot of the hitters in the 90s that had to face all of them, they would tell you that Smoltz was the toughest one to face. I don't know why that was, but a lot of them would say that. And I think it's maybe because Smoltz threw the hardest and he had like the nastiest movement on his pitches. But Maddox had some really nasty stuff too, and Glavine, he was just he was a lefty and he was just really pinpoint. So I don't know. A lot of people have a lot harder time facing lefties, especially lefties. You know, so. But then there's some righties like Canseco. He really didn't mind facing lefties at all. He preferred it sometimes. So it just depends on the hitter and the player. Some guys see the lefties better than the righties, but I never did. I know when I played, because I didn't face them very often, I couldn't hit lefties for nothing, man. I remember in high school, there was this guy named Larry. He was a year older than me, and I played Babe Ruth, and he was on a different team, and I wasn't really good friends with him or nothing like that, but I knew who he was, and I had to face him like 2 different games, and I don't even know if I got a foul ball off of him. Like, it was just so hard for me to pick up his movement. Like, it just came out of his hand and died at the plate. Like, I just couldn't freaking put the barrel on it. I couldn't even touch it. It was just terrible. We're almost done. We got a few packs left. You can see them all right there. So we're getting there. Roberto Alomar. Yeah, my advice to you guys on this Bowman stuff, if you're looking for the tan, I would just buy the SGC 9.5. Save a little bit of money. It's going to be a very, very nice version of the card. You're going to spend a lot less. Will it be the 10? No, but you can buy the PSA 10 if you want. I just think the 9.5 is just as good of a card. I'm very curious to see how they're going to grade that, because it looks like it's pretty thick on the top compared to the bottom. I don't think the centering's that great. Right to left doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty close. If I had to guess, it'll get an 8.5 to a 9. I just don't know. But I think I'm going to try to send that tag order out probably sometime during the week. It's going to take me a little while to go through some of my candidates, and then I want to do some crackouts on some stuff, and then put together a nice little submission. I'll probably do like 12 cards, something like that. I don't know if I can even do 12 cards, or it has to be in increments of like 5 or 10 or something. I got to go to the tag website and figure it out. I really don't know. And see what's up. And it's going to probably take like 3 months to get them back, because I'm not going to pay a premium to rush it. I don't mind waiting. It's just that it's not fun to wait for your submission. You start to get a little impatient after about a month and a half. It just feels like it's taking too long, you know. And it's hard to wait, man. You're just like, God, you know, like how hard it is to grade the cards, you know. Just grade them and send them back. I want my cards, you know, and it's tough. It's tough to wait. And SGC, they've always been so quick in the past most of the time. And I feel like, you know, with SGC, you kind of expect that a little bit. And they probably only have it a few graders now, if that. I don't even know. And it's taken them almost as long as PSA nowadays, because they don't have any graders anymore. And it's kind of sad because Robin Ventura rookie with a big old gum stain. Yeah, that's garbage. Sid Fernandez. Mark Lewis. Braves. What the heck? How many Braves did I get right here? That's the same one. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see this? What the heck? That's the same pack. What in the world is that? What kind of pack is that, man? Come on, Bowman. Do better, Bowman. Do better. Golly, Bowman. What is that, dude? Ryan Sandberg. Rest in peace, Ryan. The Rhino. Jose Canseco. Scott Bradley. Thought that was Jay Buhner for a second. I'm starting to run out of areas to keep these packs. Mickey Mantle. Who's this guy? Otis Nixon? Jack Howell. Ozzie the Wizard Smith. Dwight Smith. Oh boy. Jimmy Key. Royce Clayton. Bowman. Ted Williams. Ugh. Eddie Murray. Royce Clayton. Bobby Bonilla. Okay, we're down to our last 2 packs. Pulled the Griffey in this first or the second pack, so Robin Yount. Steve Avery. Ted Williams. Harold Reynolds. Can I get another Griffey in my last pack? Last pack mojo. I'm going to say it's not going to happen. I saw that can and I was like, what the heck? Tom Glavine. All right, guys. This is it. Last pack. Look at Tom. Look at Tom. What a youngster. Man, I thought that was Griffey. Mark McGuire. That's pretty bad off the top to bottom, see? But the card still looks nice. I don't know if you guys agree, you know? To me, the top to bottom can be off and it still look nice. Like, that's a good looking card. That doesn't grab my attention. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. I don't see that and be like, oh man, that's like so off. It doesn't do that to me. Because the left or right's good. It looks pretty decent. And that's what I'm talking about. Centering can be like the least important thing for grading, in my opinion. And to me, the print is almost everything. When it comes to other stuff, like sometimes the bad edges are just a little bit funny, and it doesn't really take away from the card too much. When you got a really bad corner, I mean, that's not pleasant. But when you get older and the older stuff, like, you know, you just expect it, so it's not that bad, you know. I spent, you know, new modern, you know, you want those nice new corners, you know, and stuff, and I get that. But with something like this, talking like 1989 and older. To me, it's all about the print. The print matters. Right here, there's like a little something that sticks up a little bit, like a bubble. The surface on this is not perfect, but I mean, it's literally ink on cardboard. You know, it's not exactly the best process. All right, I got one Griffey. I'll settle for that, and it's a pretty good copy. I don't think that it's a 9.5 worthy. It's really hard to say. Yeah, the top is just so much thicker than the bottom. Left to right, it's close. It's pretty close. Left to right's pretty good. Top to bottom is probably 60-40. I think that would put that in the 9 range. 60-40. It's not even 60-40. It's like 65-35 probably. So at the end of the day, if everything else is really, really nice, I think the highest that it might get, maybe a 9, maybe. It's probably going to be an 8.5. Maybe a 9, if I'm lucky. Everything else looks pretty decent. I don't see anything too bad with the corners. And on the back, I don't see very much in many issues. Let's try to give some contrast and look at the edges a little bit. I mean, it's a pretty clean copy. This down here might be just a tad funny. But that's going to be my grade prediction on this one. It's probably going to get an 8.5 or maybe a 9 if I'm lucky. Which I totally disagree with, because the top to bottom, to me, it doesn't really matter that much. I prefer it to be up a little bit rather than down a little bit. For some reason, I don't know why, the top sticks out more to me than the bottom. So like with this McGuire, I'd say the McGuire's worse because that's really thin on top, right? But even though it's worse, it still looks better to me because it's I feel like if it's high center, I don't care about the bottom that much for some reason. That's just me. I don't know why. The Griffey is much better centered than this Maguire overall. But I still think the Maguire looks better. Isn't that weird? I don't know why. That's freaking wild to me. I look at both these cards and I think the Maguire looks better. It just does. It's weird. It's really weird. I don't know. But here, that's okay. I'm gonna give it a 9. I think that it's gonna grade a 9. That's gonna do it for the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for my tag order. I'm gonna be playing around with some stuff and doing some stuff and gonna put that together probably right now and then shoot that video maybe sometime during the week. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.